Okay, here's another example of adding or subtracting rational expressions. This is a pretty good one. We want to add these, so we want to first of all determine what our LCD is, our least common denominator. And we've got a couple of simple trinomials here, but we don't know if these are relatively prime or if they have a common factor. If they have a common factor, the least common denominator will not be the product of these two. So I don't know if I really want to take the product of these two and multiply them out and do a bunch of simplifying. In this case, since my numerators are 2 and 3, wouldn't be that bad, but I'd still have some simplifying to do, so I'd have to factor anyway. So I might as well factor ahead of time, and that might help me determine the least common denominator, not just a common denominator, but the least. So this is going to be 2 over, so I've got a couple of fractions with simple trinomials on the bottom, so I'll be able to factor those, I hope. So I got x and x in both these cases. So this tells me these signs are different. The sign of large is negative, so negative and positive. And they multiply to give 20 and differ by 1, so that'd be 5 and 4. So does that work out? Negative 5x plus 4x is negative x, and negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. That's good. And this tells me the signs are the same. They're both positive. Multiply to give 12. Add to be 7, be probably 4 and 3. 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 plus 3 is 7. And you can see, this should be addition, excuse me. You can see that we do have a common factor. So we want to, that's going to make our LCD a little more efficient than the product of those two. So my LCD will be x minus 5 times x plus 4, because that fits into that. And then over here, I have the x plus 4, but what's missing from this that I see over here? X plus 3, so I need the x plus 3. So first of all, identify your LCD. And then we know what we're shooting for. So we have to make sure that both these fractions have the same denominator before we can add them. Okay? So now I'll rewrite this, so I'm going to leave myself some room to modify it. And I'll write it in the factored form. 2 over x minus 5 times x plus 4. And then plus 3 over x plus 4 times x plus 3. And then we want to look at these denominators and make them look exactly like the LCD. So what's missing here? Well, I got the x minus 5, the x plus 4, I'm missing the x plus 3, so I have to put an x plus 3 here. But remember, what you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top, so I have to multiply by x plus 3 here. Now remember, what's x plus 3 over x plus 3? That's just 1. So no problem, because we can multiply anything by 1, it won't change the value. 1 is the identity element in the field of real numbers. And now we have a denominator that looks exactly like our LCD. Over here, the same idea. What am I missing here? X minus 5, so I need to multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 5. Now we're all set, so now we just have to add the numerators and put them over the LCD. So I've got 2 times plus 3 times x minus 5, and that's all going to be over this LCD. Well, I already know what LCD is, so just to save myself some time, I'll just abbreviate it right now, LCD, and at the end I'll write it out. So we can see, because I got some busy work to do on the top, and the bottom stays the same. So I'll multiply out 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3x, and 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. All over my LCD. Double check, 2x, 6, 3x minus 15. And then I can simplify that now. And 2x plus 3x is 5x. And 6 minus 5 is, 6 minus 15, excuse me, 6 minus 15 is negative 9. And there's not anything I can really do to factor this. Sometimes you can factor this and you can simplify. You might have a common factor with the LCD, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case in this situation. So I'll just write this all over the LCD now, and I'll write it out. X minus 5, x plus 4, and x plus 3. And there you go. So that would be your answer. And again, you got all the restrictions on the domain. X cannot be 5, x cannot be negative 4, x cannot be negative 3. Okay? So those are a little bit harder. They take a little more time, so be aware of that. Nothing too difficult. You just have to go step by step. So let me put the restrictions on the domain here, since we have room here. X cannot equal 5. Or negative 4 or negative 3. Those are values that will make the denominator 0. Can't have that. X cannot equal 5, negative 4, or negative 3. Okay?